Good morning to all of you. Today we discuss about the vector quantity. Now scalar quantity, vector quantity and tensor quantity. But we discuss the tensor quantity in next videos. First of all, we discuss about the scalar quantity and vector quantity. Scalar quantity, a physical quantity which can describe completely by the magnitude only, that is known as scalar quantity. In this quantity, direction is not necessary, but in vector quantity, magnitude and directions both are necessary for completely represent of vector quantity. Now scalar quantity, a physical quantity which can be described completely by its magnitude only and does not require a direction, is called a scalar quantity. It means that only magnitude is sufficient to explain the scalar quantity, not require the directions. Example: distance, time, speed. For example, distance दूरी है, तो जहाँ दूरी की बात है तो हमें जो है 5 किलोमीटर दूर या 3 किलोमीटर दूर जाना है, तो इसमें जो है डायरेक्शन की बात, दिशा की बात नहीं है। इसी तरह टाइम में भी नहीं है। स्पीड है 4 मीटर पर सेकंड के वेग से चल रहे हैं, 4 मीटर पर सेकंड की स्पीड से चल रहे हैं, ठीक है जो है, लेकिन डायरेक्शन की बात इसमें नहीं है। Vector quantity, a physical quantity which can be described, जिसका वर्णन किया जा सकता है completely by its magnitude as well as directions, is called vector quantity. यानी in the vector quantity, magnitude and direction both are necessary to explain the completely vector quantity. For example, displacement, विस्थापन, velocity, वेग, acceleration, त्वरण या force है जो है। एग्जाम्पल में जैसे displacement है, the distance between last and initial positions, that is known as displacement. And force is also a vector quantity. If anything and it moves in this direction, then the force applied on this in this direction, so that force is also a vector quantity. Now representation of vector quantity. Representation of vector quantity. Representation of vector quantity. A vector quantity is represented by a vector quantity represented by a vector quantity represented by an arrow represented by an arrow and its length is proportional to and its length is proportional to magnitude, proportional to its magnitude. Its magnitude. Let us suppose that A is a vector. A is a vector. Let us suppose that A is a vector and A can be written as example P Q DQ. A is equal as example PQ. Magnitude of vector A, magnitude of vector A, magnitude of vector A, magnitude of vector A represented by vector A mod of A, represented by mod of A are simply A. Magnitude of vector A represented by mod of A are simply A. Now we discuss about type of vectors. Now types of vectors. There are so many types of vectors. Here parallel vectors, those vectors which have same directions is called the parallel vectors. Here are two vectors P and vector Q, both acting in the same direction, so that it is known as parallel vectors, and angle between these two vectors are zero because these are parallel vectors. Second, equal vectors, those vectors which have equal magnitude and in the same directions. Equal magnitude and same direction. This is known as equal vector. Vector P equal to vector Q. Third, anti-parallel vectors, those vectors which have opposite directions are called the anti-parallel vectors. Let us suppose that here one vector is this, this direction, and other vector is opposite to P. These two vectors are known as anti-parallel vectors, and angle between these two vectors is always 180 degrees. This direction of this vector is here and direction of this vector is here. Then both angle between both vectors are 180 degrees. Next, negative vectors are opposite vectors. Here, those vectors which have equal magnitude but opposite directions. Magnitude are equals but magnitude are equal but opposite directions. Vector Q is this direction and Q or P this direction, so that P, Q and QP are the negative vector, and it can be written as vector P equal to minus of vector QP. Now next, co-initial vector. Here co-initial vector, according to their name, We also to explain about the vector. Here this is co-initial vector. It means that the initial point of the vector is same. Those vectors which have same initial point are called the co-initial vector. Here this is the initial point O, and vector P, Q and R are started from the point O, so that this is known as co-initial vectors. Next, collinear vectors. About to नेम कोलिनियर यानी एक ही रेखा में हो, those vectors lying in the same line, that is known as collinear vector. And if here two situations create, this and this vector are same line, their angle between this is 0, this is 0, but in this case direction of this vector is here and this vector here, angle between them is 180 degree, and in this case also angle between both vector is 180 degree. Next, coplanar vector, it means that those vectors which lie in the same plane, that is known as coplanar vectors. And two vectors are always coplanar. Next, concurrent vectors, which concurrent means those vectors which passes through the similar point, passes through the common point, that is known as concurrent vector. This vector also passes through the point this. Vector P, vector Q and vector R, this is known as concurrent vector. Now next, now null or zero vector is means that a vector having zero magnitude is called the null vector or zero vector. Now we know that sum of two vector is always a vector, so that P is a vector minus P is also a vector. Sum of this is equal to 0, that is also a vector, so that 0 is a zero vector or null vectors. Now next, unit vectors, it means that a vector having unit magnitude is called a unit vector. It is generally used to specify the directions. Now a unit vector is represented by P cap, read as P cap or P hat or P caret. P cap, and unit vector in the direction of vector P is given by vector of P divided by mod of P. If we divide vector P by the mod of P, that is gives us unit vector. It means that this vector equal to P mod of P, that is a P, and P cap, or it can be written as P magnitude of P into P cap, that is unit vector is vector divided by magnitude of the vector. Now next, base vectors in an XYZ coordinate frame. There are three unit vectors I, J and K. I represent x axis, J represent y axis, and K represent generally z axis. And these unit vectors are perpendicular to each other, x, y, and z. These three unit vectors are perpendicular to each other. Now, polar vector and vectors which have initial point or a point of application is called the polar vector. It means that in the calculation of displacement in this physical quantity, the final distance between final and initial position, that is known as displacement. Now next is axial vector. Axial, those vectors which are used in the rotational motion to define rotational effect. Here, this is the axis and this is the plane. Move just like this. Here, those vectors which are used in rotational motion to define rotational effect. Direction of these vectors is always along the axis of rotations. In accordingly, right hand screw rule or right of thumb rule. Now, for example, to define this in the infinitesimal angular displacement, d theta, or to define tau q, or angular velocity, or the angular rotations, so that this axial vector to define this. Now we discuss about the addition of two vectors. In this case, we have a graphically method and second analytical methods. Addition of two vectors is quite different from the addition of numbers. Now here, triangle law of addition vectors. Vectors follow the triangle's law. P is the vector and Q is also vectors. This vector, this is tail and this is head, this is tail and this is head, and it is known as arrow. Now this vector P and this is the vector Q, angle between them is theta. Now we represent vector P and vector Q. This is R vector, that is equal to sum of vector P and vector Q. Sum of two vectors are also called the resultant of two vectors, and length of R is the magnitude of vector sum, that is the length of this. Now let us suppose that this is a vector A and this is vector P and this is the vector of Q, and this is the resultant vector of this. Now this is alpha. Here, angle between them is theta. This is vector Q. Sin theta equal to what? Sin theta equal to P by H. Sin theta equal to P by H. So that this is equal to H of sin theta. H means Q of sin theta. So that this can be Q of sin theta, and similarly cos theta equal to base by H, and this is a Q cos theta. Now the resultant vector R equal to sum of these two vectors and magnitude of that is equal to p square. This is p and this q cos theta, so that this p plus q cos theta to the power 2 plus this q sin theta to the power 2. Now a plus b का whole square a square plus q square cos square theta plus 2pq cos theta, and this become q square sin square theta. Now this is p square q square sin square theta and q square cos square theta. We take common q square, so that cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to what? 1. So that this become q square and p square plus q square and plus 2pq cos theta. Cos theta. Now let direction of r. Now let direction of resultant vector r makes alpha degree r makes alpha from vector p so that tan alpha equal to tan theta equal to p by b q sin theta divided by p plus q cos theta divided by p plus q cos theta. Here we can calculate with the help of alpha. It can be also written as alpha equal to tan inverse. Such type of this alpha equal to tan inverse q sin theta divided by p plus q sin theta. With the help of this, we calculate the alpha. Now we discuss about some examples. Now here one problem: if two forces of magnitude 6 Newton and 8 Newton respectively are acting on a body, calculate the resultant force if theta equal to 0 degree, 90 degree and 180 degree. Now angle between both forces are 0 degree, 90 degree and 180 degree. First of all, 90 degree. Let us suppose that one body, one force here and other both forces are in the here. This is a 6 Newton and this is a 8 Newton. These forces are 6 Newton and 8 Newton. 0 degree and theta equal to 0 degree, theta equal to 0 degree, so that net force or resulting force are equal to net force R resulting force. In this case, R is equal to P plus Q. R is equal to P plus Q. It means that 6 plus 8 equal to 14 Newton. 6 plus 8 equal to 14 Newtons, and direction along the force, direction along the H force, direction along the H force. Now, second problem, theta equal to P equal to 6, P equal to 6 Newton, and theta equal to 90 degree. Here, in this case, theta equal to 90 degree, so that resultant will be equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. 2PQ cos theta. Here P means 6 Newton, 6 chi square plus 8 chi square plus 2P, 6 into 8 into cos 90 degree. Cos 90 degree equal to what? Cos 90 degree equal to 0, so that this becomes 0 and this becomes 36 and 64. That is 0 and 100. That is equal to 10 Newton. Resultant force is equal to 10 Newtons, and this here one force acting this, another force acting here. Now 8 Newton and that is a 6 Newton, so that this resultant R, that is equal to, this is angle between this is alpha, here tan alpha equal to tan theta equal to perpendicular by base 6 by 8, so that alpha equal to tan inverse 3 by 4, tan inverse 3 by 4, angle between the force. This is equal to 37 degree. Tan inverse 3 by 4, that is equal to 37 degree. Now, third case, theta equal to 180 degree. In this case, anti-parallel vectors, opposite vectors, so that resultant equal to P difference Q. It means that 8 difference 6 difference 8, that is equal to 2 Newton. Value will be 2 Newton, and direction will be direction will be along Direction will be along the larger force. Larger force. Now, next problem. Now, two vectors having equal magnitude of 5 units have an angle 60 degree between them. Find the magnitude of their resultant vector and its angle from one of the vector. Both vectors are equal. P and Q equal to 5 units and theta is equal to 60 degree. Resultant vector P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, 5P square 2 5 and cos 60 degree. Cos 60 degree that is equal to half. Is equal to 50. 5 cos 20 का 50 and 25 and this will be 75 and 5 root 3 में tan alpha is equal to Q sin alpha. Q sin 60 degree divided by P plus Q cos 60 degree, 5 root 3 by 2 and 5 into 1 by 2, 5 and we common 5 remove under root 3 by 2 into 2 by 3. This remove and this can written as under root 3 into under root 3, so that 1 by under root 3 tan alpha is equal to 1 by under root 3. So that tan alpha is equal to tan 30 degree, alpha is equal to 30 degree. Now, like and subscribe and my video and share with friends. Thank you.